Hey everybody, Sonic King 20 here, bringing you an extra episode of Sonic Forces. I'll be taking on the free DLC episode Shadow. It's a three-stage prequel that happens right before the events of the story mode in Sonic Forces. Again, sadly, there won't be the cutscenes for it, but we're gonna dive into these three levels
Shadow, we've got a report from the intelligence
and get right to it.
division. They've located an unknown base of operations that seems to be totally outside the chain of command for Eggman's army. There's a large-scale troop presence, suspiciously large for a place with no strategic value.
I can't imagine the doctor would do something like that without reason.
No kidding. And there's a rumor going around that old rotten Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon. So...
Yeah. Looks like this won't be your garden variety recon mission.
do it to it, Shadow. Omega went on ahead of you, so you can link up with him on site.
I'm more than enough on my own. I'll handle things my way.
Omega said the same thing. You two go together like chili and hot dogs.
Cut the chatter. I'm on my way.
I could really go for some chili dogs right now myself. Anyways, I don't know if in this game Rouge, Shadow, and Omega still work for Gun. I kind of hate that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I really want to put in my entire review for Sonic Forces after playing it. Honestly, this was the fourth time I went through the whole game, and to be perfectly honest, I had to replay it again because I forgot to record the last three zones, including the final fight with Dr. Eggman here. So I had to replay all of that again. So I've actually beaten this game 5 times. And it is so hard to go through because the game just, it's mediocre at best to me. There wasn't really anything special. Let's start with Infinite, because that becomes a topic in Shadows. I missed that. And there's no way for me to go down and get anyways, let's start with Infinite because his origin story is connected to this DLC, which is another problem I have with this game. So when you're first introduced to Infinite, when you play Sonic Forces, he's part of Eggman's little armada with Chaos, Zavok, Metal Sonic, and Shadow, which you find out during the story was actually, they were all fakes made by the Phantom Ruby attached to Infinite. Now Infinite throughout the story continues on as to Sonic knows who he is, trying to prove to Sonic that he's better and things like that, and that he seems to have a personal vendetta against Sonic. Never the case. You can argue that Eggman had control of Infinite, but throughout the whole game, Infinite really doesn't even listen to Eggman that much.
The world's most powerful robot is no more a challenge than crab meat. As I suspected, this power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength. Ah, and still more wonderful. A not-so-tall, dark, and brooding guest has arrived. I've been waiting for you, Shadow.
Tell me what you did to Omega.
Weaklings like him are of no consequence. Come now, Shadow. A long-awaited reunion, and still you about such nonsense?
I don't know you. And the only thing of no consequence around here is that big mouth of yours.
Ah, I suppose you would think so. Oh, yes. I am infinite. You say you do not know me, and yet I remember you so very well. To you, it was simply another in a long list of Eggman bases you tore down without a second thought.
Yeah, like I was saying, that whole little thing right there, Infinite is actually referring to when Shadow and Infinite first met each other, before Infinite became Infinite per se. Because after you beat this level in the Mystic Jungle, is this called Mystic Jungle? You see that Shadow infiltrates Eggman's base, and apparently Infinite was in charge of a squad, an army for Eggman, and Shadow apparently defeated his entire army, and only Infinite was left. We don't know Infinite's real name, by the way. And so Infinite tries to ambush Shadow. Shadow quickly makes short work of Infinite with, of course, a roundhouse kick to the head. And if you know Shadow, he loves his roundhouse kicks to the head. Just ask Silver the Hedgehog. And you know, that would have been such a good moveset for Shadow and Smash Bros. Anyways, and so Shadow sits there and he says, you know, Infinite, you're worthless. God, that's too fast. See, Hate this dang water slide. He says Infinite is worthless and never show your face around me again. And you know, he teleports away. Infinite, taking that straight to heart, started going off and getting mad at Shadow. Oh, shortcut, sweet. He starts just going off, saying like he's calling me weak. I'm not weak, and so on and so forth. And so he vows to get strong enough to show Shadow just how strong he is. And somehow that goes to a Sonic. I don't know how. How does he go from wanting to prove Shadow wrong to I'm going to fight the blue hedgehog?
I've only become what I am because of you. Yet you don't remember. But I suppose that's the way it goes. It simply means that the old me was too weak, too pathetic to remember. And now you've become nothing more than an insect, waiting to be crushed underfoot. Thanks to this limitless power I have obtained, I have become unstoppable. Take this!
So yeah, Infinite goes from despising Shadow to wanting to fight and prove himself to Sonic.
Shadow?
And it just doesn't make sense to me.
That guy. What happened to Infinite?
Huh? What are you mumbling about, Shadow? You
So yeah,
okay?
that was just
Anybody
one of the
home?
problems I had with the game, is the story.
Omega. He was destroyed 3 months ago.
Now the
Remember?
world that they created for this game is very small. There's only a total of 5 zones, if you include the Death Egg, which keeps coming back for some reason, as much as Green Hill Zone. I'm trying to figure out Eggman's motive for doing that, because saying goes, you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, it's gonna end up the same way. And that's what goes on. God, can't make that jump from there. Wow, okay. The saying goes something like that. You keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Doesn't go like that. Oh, but I can make the jump from there. That's dumb. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on this NES. So he keeps doing the same thing over and over. Bring back the Death Egg. Use the Death Egg robot. Keeps using Metal Sonic. The same Metal Sonic. Heck, even in Sonic Heroes, Metal Sonic was tired of the same old thing. So that's why he went to go copy everyone's abilities. Something different. And he almost won. What was I saying? Yeah, the world only consists of Green Hill. It consists of Chemical Plant, Park Avenue, the Death Egg. Actually, it might only be 4 zones. Now, granted, you go to different parts of the zones and everything. Each one has their own like little. I got hit by that for real. Come on now. I'm not getting an A rank here or a B rank. I bet.
This is where Omega was destroyed.
But it was just
No sign of him here.
again. It just felt like, hey, you went to Green Hill Zone. Then you go to Chemical Plant. Went to Park. Okay, now you gotta go back to Green Hill Zone. Okay, now you go back to go to the Death Egg. Then you gotta go back to Green Hill Zone. Then you gotta go back to Chemical Plant. There was so much unnecessary backtracking for the characters in this game. It was like, why? That's another thing. The characters. Sonic has a very robust cast of characters, and none of them are playable. Why? You have a formula for Knuckles. You have a formula for Tails, for Amy, for Rouge. Why come none of them? How come the leader of the Resistance is not playable? It just baffles me sometimes. Why? Now, to be fair, one of my favorite 3D Sonic games is Sonic Colors, and you only play as Sonic in that game. But none of the other characters were around, so it made sense. This game, you have the entire cat, minus Cream the freaking rabbit and Blaze the cat. Where were they at? You have Silver here. Blaze couldn't make the dimension, not dimension because she's from the future with so she couldn't make the time leap with him. It's so much with this game. The gameplay is alright, except for Classic Sonic. It's terrible. But yeah, this game is I feel like it's incomplete because the story wasn't interesting. It could have been so much better in my book. Infinite is a joke. The boss fights were too easy, and it's a mediocre game at best.
This power, before we've even tuned it, just as I thought, it is unrivaled. Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
Sonic? What are you plotting? What is this? Stop! Where do you think you're going, Infinite?
Shadow? Shadow! Finally, the connection's back. What are you doing?
Rouge?
Forget it. Get away from there as soon as you can. There are explosions going off all over. The facility's about to collapse.
Withdrawing now. What's the meaning of all this? Rouge, are you telling me the truth?
What's the point of lying about it? Eggman got a beat on Sonic and mounted a massive assault. I mean, sure, A for effort, but it's nothing to worry about. We've got the advantage now. Sonic is there too, so I don't think it's a big enough deal for you to head out.
Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without...
Shadow, this is not good. Hurry, get over there!
What is it, Rouge? What happened?
So yeah, that's how I feel about this game. But I will connect with you all again soon. Hope you enjoyed this playthrough. This is Sonic King 20 out.